So I started a new project today. I started the Little Sheep Virtues, but the one with the stitch along that has sheep in the meadow in it. My water's coming out. This is ridiculous. And I'm doing it on a 32 count raw linen. You can see it here, and you can even see where I started. I think that's the back. And my linen was so tight and stiff that I couldn't even get my needle through it barely. So I just ended my threads and brought it in here and put some lukewarm water in the sink. And you can see all the sizing that's coming out of it. This creamy, yeah. And I was gonna let it soak for a while. Then I realized that this sink, the seal, isn't that great. So it's kind of a waste. So I brought in a container. I'm gonna let it soak in this container for a little bit with some more soap, and then hopefully I can work with that a little bit better, because it's a little crazy. I'm just using baby wash for the soap, and just, mine's almost gone. I have 3 children. Just a little bit. So we'll see how that works. I'm gonna let this soak for about 10 minutes. So don't be afraid to wash that fabric before you use it if it's a ridiculous situation like mine was. Ugh. Okay, we'll check in later. Good morning. So you can see me. How is everybody? It's about 9 o'clock on Thursday. Kids are at school, and I just really probably need to take a shower, but I'm gonna sit down and stitch anyway. I'm tired. Yesterday was just a really crappy day. Like, probably the crappiest of days in a super long time. I didn't do any stitching after I checked in when I was washing my linen. I did get the linen washed and kind of dried, spread out, and then I was gonna iron it. And my ironing board is like full of stuff because my craft room is a mess, and I couldn't find my tiny iron and tiny ironing board, my pressing board. It must still be packed somewhere from my last retreat, so I was just like, F it. And I put it back on the Q-snaps and it's fine, but then I just never got back to stitching because the day was so shitty. So I'm gonna try to just spend the next 2 hours while Axel's gone, and I just need to stitch. I need to just sit down and stitch and not do laundry and not do the dishes and not take a shower and not pick up. I'm just gonna stitch. And even though I only got literally like 10 stitches into my Little Sheep Virtues, I'm not gonna work on it today. I'm gonna start something new. I wanted to make sure I got this started. It is from Modern Folk Embroidery, and it's the Scandinavian Christmas sampler. I'm just going to show it to you on my iPad. And I bought a hank of red silk from Silks for You on Etsy. Sorry, I just totally lost my words for a minute there. So I got that in the mail a few days ago, and I really like it. I just wanted something with sheen. Like, I would have loved to be able to use like DMC satin, because I love how shiny and pretty it is, but I hate working with it. And these hanks are so cheap. Like, you cannot beat this. So I just got this really pretty red. They had it. Like, I couldn't even believe it on their site. And it's like a dark Christmas red. And I think that it's going to give off enough sheen that it's going to be super pretty, and I brought up my little Rudolph needle minder from wherever I got it 500 years ago. I realized, side note, ouch, my thumb, I have not purchased one needle minder since November 2016. True story. I have so many that I haven't even used, and that's ridiculous. Julie, I miss you. I really do. She probably misses my money. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit down and stitch. I have a lot happening. I have 4 quilts that somebody's gonna bring me to Long Arm. I have somebody who wants me to make her son a t-shirt quilt. Thank God he doesn't graduate until next year. She wants like 2 queen-size quilts. And I think she's really picky. And I need to send her some examples of stuff that I've made. Plus I need to make a t-shirt quilt because I've never done it before. And I have some other special requests. I have a couple bags I need to make. I haven't forgotten either of you. There's 2 of you. Yeah, I have a lot to do, and that room downstairs is a mess. And then part of what made yesterday so crappy is that my husband has to have surgery. He has a cyst in his neck, and I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's not cancer. It's considered a birth defect. It's actually something that develops during the first trimester of pregnancy, usually between the 8th and 10th week of gestation. How interesting is that? It's very interesting. And sometimes it never presents. Sometimes it presents in kids, and sometimes it presents in adulthood. So his was in adulthood, obviously. And we thought that it was just from CAT scan. The doctor's like, oh, you have a cyst, it's fluid filled, no big deal, we're going to refer you to this ENT, they'll drain it, you know, no big. Okay. So it never even occurred to me that I needed to go to the appointment with him, because I was like, probably just going to stick you and drain it and call it a day. Woo. And he came home, and we had already, both of us had a bad day. Marriage is really hard sometimes, you guys. I think both of us did and said things we weren't very proud of in that moment. His blood pressure was a little high when he got to the doctor. Blame myself for that. And he came home, and I was just like, oh, what's going on? What are they going to do? And when he told me he had to have surgery, and it was like a 7 to 10 day recuperation. And the cyst is really close to some nerves that, like, nerves for his tongue, and for his bottom lip, and for his chin, and, you know, what's going to happen there if they get too close, because the doctor's like, you know, there's always a chance with surgery, right? There's always a chance with surgery. Nobody likes to hear that, though. So, you know, and if we happen to hit the side of your throat, your esophagus, because it's in the thyroid duct. It's a thyroglossal duct cyst. It's very exciting. You know, could puncture that, and then you might need a feeding tube for a while. And of course, he's there by himself, and he's like the worst question asker. It's one of the things we were fighting about that day, about a different appointment he had, and how he doesn't listen and he doesn't ask questions. And then when I ask him really simple, like, clarification questions, he gets all mad because he doesn't know the answer because he didn't ask, because he's a boy. No offense against my boys out there, I'm just saying. So anyway, so he was really upset, and he didn't, of course, know any of the questions I was asking, so I was just trying not to ask them because that was making him more mad. I don't know, it's just a mess. So he was calling this morning to ask a few more questions, and then hopefully schedule his surgery, which I don't think he's going to do for about a month, because June is his super busy time at work. He has a wedding that he's in. He has a couple social things that he's really looking forward to. It's just a hot mess. So yesterday was just a shitty day. A lot. I just need a break. And that was a whole big story. Real life, right? Sometimes the vlogs get real lifey. You know what else is real lifey? This knot in my silk. Oh well. Anyway, I need to take care of this. I have a really bad headache too. I haven't had enough coffee, and I think my glasses are giving me a headache because I don't wear them enough, and it's right behind my ears, and that's where my glasses sit. You guys really don't care about all this, do you? Nope. So I'm going to work on this, and it's going to be a great time, and I might just have to cut out this knot because I don't know what the hell this is. That's probably what I'm supposed to cut to get this Hank started. What do you think? Let's get this party started and cut out this knot. Okay, so that's that. I'll try to check in later. Hopefully I get some good progress on this. I'm disappointed with yesterday's sheet progress because I didn't work on it. So it would be really nice to see how pretty this is going to be. I'm excited. Did I tell you what fabric I was doing it on? A 28 count antique Jobelin, antique white Jobelin. Did I tell you that? I think I did. I really need to find a project bag for this. So then we're just going to stick it back in here. Okay, for real. I'm going to get off this thing now and do some stitching, and I will check in later. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye. Hello. I'm sitting all together too high. How is everybody? Maybe I can do this. You'd think by now I'd have it together, but wouldn't be fun if I did. Okay, so little check-in. Still Thursday, whatever Thursday is, the 20-something. Is today the 25th? Let me look, hold on. Yes, 25th. And I started a little something new. I showed it to you this morning. The Scandinavian Christmas sampler by somebody that I don't remember. So I'm sure I said that already. This is where I have gotten. I'm doing this on a 28 count Jobelin. I might have said 32 earlier, and then I realized it was 28, and I had this major freak out, but it's fine. I really like this, and I'm using that hank of dye, or hank of silk from Silks For You on Etsy. I love it. It is perfect. So fun. Good times. I put about 3 links through. I think I'm done stitching tonight. I'm tired. I got the best rack in the mail. Adele, you naughty monkey. She sent me the most lovely letter, which I'm not going to share, but Adele, it made me cry, and then it made me laugh about your brother liking ice cream. I laughed like really hard at that. And then I cried a little bit more. So, thank you. And she sent me this lovely skein of floss from Jodary, and it was for autism awareness, I guess, which is why she thought of me, because of my boys. It's so pretty and bright. I love it. And then this really pretty piece of Chromatic Alchemy 32 count Murano, which I haven't opened, but I'm going to. And you all are going to watch. It's like a really pretty peachy color. It's so cute. Cute for like a little ornament or something. Go way back here and do this. This is pretty much what it looks like. That smells so good. Yummy. And then cute little stickers. I already took 2 and put them on my laptop. I put, where's the little guy? He was a little storm cloud. That one. And what's the other one? This one. This one I put on my laptop because I've decided that one's Adele. So, and these 2, which I may or may not give to my children. I know they were for my kids, but they don't know it yet. So thank you, Adele. Thank you for your words. I mean, I love stitching goodies, but your letter was awesome. So thank you. I also got my order from Stitches and Things. Some of my threads. Thought I heard my husband, but I didn't. Some of my threads were on back order. Move this. But they came in really fast, so I'm excited. My receipt, we don't need to see that. I don't remember ordering this. I might have gotten this for free. I have to look real fast. Oh, apparently I bought it. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my order because this love stitching charm, maybe I did. I would have rather gotten the love coffee though. That's not really my thing. So I guess I need to go back to my order and look at that. It's on my receipt. I don't think I ordered that. Excuse me. I got my missing sheep virtues when I ordered them for my project, which was out of 2 of them. So gratitude, is that gratitude? No, patience, I'm sorry. Little sheep patience. This one's gratitude. So now I have all of them. I'm sorry for getting a headshot here. This was on clearance for under $25. A Good Marriage by Lizzie Kate. This has been on my wish list for a while. Comes with all the flosses. And I'll probably order some vintage country mocha and stitch it on the back to match my other one. And then one that I hopefully can find a piece of fabric for because I want to start this like today is One Nation by Bygone Stitches. I'm not a patriotic stitcher. I don't have any patriotic things even in my house. But I love this a lot. I ordered all of the crescent colors for it, which were here. 12 skeins of antique lace. I better count those. I don't think I got them all. 9 of Cupid and 3 of Blacksmith Blue. I really don't think they're all in here. Let's look. 12 skeins of antique lace. I don't think are in here. Oh, maybe there are. Let's count. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of Cupid. 3 of the blue. 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Yep, they're all in there. I'm sorry, Deb, for doubting your counting. You are a mathematician. just didn't look like all of those skeins could fit in here, but they did. So I really want to stitch this like this minute. I think I have some fabric downstairs that'll fit. It'll be tight on a fat quarter. 32 count, 25 by 13. Ooh. 25 inches. How wide is a fat quarter? Like 27, 28? Well, I'll buy a bigger piece of fabric. Let's have to. Excuse me. So that might be going on a fat quarter with a 1-inch border. I've been a lot closer on other things. I love that. I might have to get some more patriotic things. My voice sounds really strange. And this was on sale. It's a corner gauge. I have been using like these sticky notes. There you can see what size shoes my kids wear. They're huge. But I really liked this. And it was, you know, not terribly a lot. And it was probably handmade by somebody, and that's what I like to do. So that was it. I actually filmed this earlier. Oh look, there's a hole. There's holes there where you can put your pin or mark it. Huh. I marked this earlier. I recorded some of this earlier. I did like a live opening of Adele's package because when I went out to the mailbox and I saw it and I saw my address first and I was like, this looks like Adele's handwriting. Granted, she's only ever sent me one thing, I think, that I bought. It's that Bothy Threads kit. But somehow I just knew, like I knew that was Adele's handwriting. It might have had to do with the stickers and stuff on it too. So anyway, I was opening it and then my husband called. So my husband called to tell me that he's having his surgery on Tuesday. Like next Tuesday. Like 5 days from now. Was no big deal, right? But it really will work out best for all of our schedules. So we'll see. This probably won't even be up by that time. So you guys won't even know until he's already done. That's kind of weird. Especially since we were planning on it for the end of June. Weird. Anyway, good times. So, ow! My thumb, guys, look at my thumb. Look at that. I haven't had a bandage on it at all today. I think I'm done with the bandage. I don't think I need it anymore. But it's still a little tender, and stitching makes it more tender. I need to look at that. And so I think I'm going to be done. And I think I'm either going to watch, I watched some of The Office yesterday, and then I fell asleep at some of it, so I missed it. But I saw, the girl that plays Kimmy on The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I don't know what her real name is, I forget. She was on 30. Was she on 30 Rock? Is that where I remember her? I don't know where I remember her from. Anyway, something on the bottom of my foot. I kind of want to try that show. I'm really rambly. I can't concentrate today. Hopefully tomorrow is a more normal day. So this one was pretty good. My stitchy stuff and my rack came, and I was really happy, and I got stitching done, and Archer was in bed before 8, and Axel's still awake, and he's kind of grumpy, but at least he's in his room, and can't beat that with a stick. So I guess I'm done here. I will, oh, that's an empty cartridge, I need to throw that away. I'll check in later. Hope you guys are having a good night. Hey! Bye. Hey! I don't know if I started talking before it actually started recording. Hi! It is Friday. Friday! Or Friday, as I used to say. And it's the 26th, and it's about 1:15. Archer's in the bathtub right now. Axel's at school. Last school day before the long weekend for Memorial Day. Woo! I have been doing some housework. I just folded oh, he's letting out his water already. Archer! Cover up the plug. Cover up the plug. Otherwise, all your bath water is going to run out. Water with lime. I've got to drink more water. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I've done a lot of housework, and the switch over between Archer coming home and Axel going back to school, and I did do a few crafty things, but not very many. Folded a lot of laundry. Did I already say that? Anyway, so today's new start. I didn't work anymore on my Norwegian Scandinavian sampler last night. I started watching The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I watched for sure the first one, and I think part of the second one, but I have no idea. I think I was doing other stuff, so I'm gonna have to relook into that. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Check it out on Netflix. It's a Netflix original series. So anyway, today's start is the Stitchy Box sampler, which is the Sarah Davis Clonmel. Is that what it is? 18 something? 1824. There we go. I bought this when it was released, and I'm going to do it all in whatever color I feel like. I don't know if this is a reproduction or if it's one that they just made up. I'm not completely sure about that. But I started it. I am using 36 count vintage country mocha on the right side. And I am just using whatever I want to from my stash of overdyed threads. I did just go downstairs a little bit ago and I pulled a bunch that I want to use. Some light, some dark. You can kind of see. There's Gas, there's Weeks, there's Crescent Colorworks. Hopefully I have enough. But I'm starting out with this brick from Weeks right now, and I'm doing the top border with that. That's as far as I got. Like, I literally just put in a couple stitches and then had to go change loads. Because I have to wash all of the kids' bedding today because apparently everybody peed in their sleep last night. I'm so mad. Bless their hearts. So that's what I'm doing. This little needle minder I actually got from Emily. I'm pretending that this is Sarah Davis Clonmel. She looks like a stitcher, right? I don't know how old that person's supposed to be. Maybe she's lying about her age. I don't know. So that is what I'm doing. I also found my fabric for the One Nation that I want to start. I'm using a fat quarter of Legacy from Picture This Plus, which looks a lot like vintage country mocha. It's a 32 count. And I put 32 count Belfast. And I sewed some fabric on the long sides because it's going to be close. I'm going to start this in the middle, and I'm going to work out to at least one edge first, I think. Because the way I have measured, I'm going to have about 1 inch on each side the long way. That's that. Oh, I hear little wet footprints or footsteps. So I did do that for a start, maybe on Monday since it's Memorial Day. I don't know. And I still need to start my Hawk Run Hollow piece. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know, this is what happens when you don't plan and you just go with it. What are you gonna do? Nothing. So I'm gonna get going on that again. Try to keep Archer awake until bedtime. It's a little early for him to take his wake up bath is usually what we do. And I want to get off here before he runs out here naked. So, so I will check in later and show you what I've gotten done on this Stitchy Box sampler. Bye. Cool day. May 27th. Put in a few stitches, but this is really what's happening. How many boys does it take? Oh, look at that love. I'm sitting here trying to stitch. Oh, so far none of it's happened. I completed, I think, a swirl this morning. I don't know if I'm going to get anything done. Watching small kids. It's hard. Does anybody want a burger? It's delicious. I had to eat it 5,000 times today. So yeah, that's where we're at this morning. I will check in later, hopefully with, you know, actual progress. That'd be nice. Bye. Good morning. It is the 28th of May, nearing the end of the month. Sorry, my head itches. And it is 8:05. One little child woke me up at 6:45 this morning. But it gave me great cause to use my new coffee cup. She loves you more than coffee, but don't make her prove it. The thermometer. Yeah. So yesterday I worked on my Stitchy Box sampler, and I like to say I got a lot done. I got some done. And I think I'm going to put in one more thread this morning. This is it so far. Lighting, bad. What are you going to do? So 3 colors. I love this so much right now. So I'm going to put in this last color, which is Fisherman's Wharf. I don't even know what the next line is. I think it's alphabet. And then I'm going to put it away and start something else, because there's still a few more things that I want to start, and there's only a few more days left of May. That's all I got this morning. I'm so tired. So, hope you guys are having a great day, and I will check in a little bit. Good evening. It is still the 28th today. It's almost 8 p.m. I'm exhausted. I'm drinking coffee. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I am so tired. Yes, I do, because Axel woke me up this morning. I heard his door open just ever so softly, so I knew it was him. And the next thing I knew, he was staring at me. The sky is blue. It's time to wake up. Yep. The sky is blue. It's time to wake up. Really? It's 6:45. Granted, that's not that early, but it's a Sunday, and I would have liked to sleep in, because I was up till almost midnight last night. The sky is blue. It's time to wake up. And then he went around to Leaf's side of the bed and said the same thing. Go away. So that's the time we got up. And then we played outside, and my cousin came over and hung out for a while, and Leaf started to put more water in the pool, so the kids played in the pool while it was filling, you know, like 4 inches of water. That was a good time. And then Archer fell asleep at 5. So I put him to bed. Why not? See what happens. And then he woke up at 7, but not really. So I think he's still sleeping in there. But like if he gets up, he's going to be up for hours because it'll be like a really good nap. I would like for him to sleep. I'm hoping he sleeps until 5. That would be my ultimate goal. I mean, I'd love for him to sleep longer, but if I can just get him to sleep until 5, I'd be happy. So I'm trying to do a little stitching, but I'm getting really tired, so I might stop soon. I did get this far on Sarah Davis, which is the Stitchy Box sampler. So I put in another color, which I think is Fisherman's Wharf. Fisherman's Wharf from the Gentle Art, which is like a brownie, bluey gray. It's so pretty that you can't see because lighting. That's as far as we got. And I just started One Nation from Bygone Stitches. I'll show you that. So Sarah Davis is on 36 count vintage country mocha 1/2 various threads. This is it. This is on 32 count Legacy from Picture This Plus. This is A and a little bit of I from Louisiana. This is Yeah from Iana. Started in the middle because the borders on the right and left hand sides are going to be tight. Like I added fabric. Tight. So I am going to work both ways on this row and do what I can. So I'm going to work on this definitely tomorrow. I think there's just one more start that I want to make. I don't know when I'm going to make it. I know I'm not starting anything on Tuesday because of Leaf's surgery. I really don't want to start anything tomorrow. I want to work on this. So I think Wednesday is the last day of May, right? Maybe I'll start that then. Am I kidding? I can start whatever I want, whenever I want. No one's the boss of me. Nope. So that's it. I'm gonna stitch a little bit more, maybe watch some TV. Fingers crossed Archer stays in bed all night. Oh God, you guys. Fingers crossed. I'm too tired. Too old for this crap. Too old. Okay. Hope y'all are having fun, and I will check in tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys. Today is Monday, Memorial Day, for those of us in the States. Happy Memorial Day, 29th. I have to look. Yep, 29th of May. Sorry, just heard my cat crying. So yesterday, I can't remember what I left off talking about. I worked on my Sarah Davis Clonmel Stitchy Box sampler for a while. And then I was going to start One Nation by Bygone Stitches, and I did. And I worked on it. And I don't remember if I checked in before or after I started working on it, but I worked on it more last night. And I'm just getting ready to sit down and work on it tonight. So this is where I got to. Finished Louisiana in this little thing, and now I'm working this way, And, oh, there's a knot back there. Look at that. Drat. Oh well. Survive. So I'm working out Indiana, maybe goes here. I don't remember. But I'm going to work to the right. Because on this side, I can work up and do some blue. So I'm going to save that for later. Kids, the last day before school tomorrow. Anyway, so that's what I am doing. I don't know. I'm probably not going to stitch. I don't know when I'm going to stitch tomorrow because my husband has his surgery tomorrow. We have to be at the hospital at 10:15. And I have a 9 a.m. meeting for Axel. And then Leaf is going to go pick up my mom. Oh, and I have to write directions for when the kids get out of school. I need to do that. Don't let me forget. And then the surgery is like 2.5 hours. And then recovery is like 2.5 hours. And the surgery is at 12:15. So that's not going to put us home till almost 7. But I still have one more thing that I want to start. Which I may start... Tomorrow's the 30th. Maybe I'll start on the 31st. I have fuzz on my lip. Anyway, so that's that. I have not stitched at all today. Archer got up last night, this morning I should say, at like 2 a.m. because he went to bed at 5 yesterday, right? So he got up at 2, stayed up until 5:30, fell asleep on the couch. I completely forgot that I was having Axel's BT come, his tech come and work with him today. So I went back to bed, and then at 8:30 the dog was going crazy. I left Archer here on the couch, so he woke up. I came out and I saw somebody in the driveway and I was like, who is that in the driveway? It was 8:30. Like, I'm all groggy and crazy because I had gotten 2 hours of sleep before then. And then she called and she's like, hey, oh my God, I forgot. Like, Axel was not awake. Archer was only awake because the dog woke him up. I was not awake. So she just left. She's like, that's fine. I'm just going to go to the office and do paperwork anyway. So, what a pain. But tomorrow everybody goes back and does their thing. So, I'm going to stitch a little bit tonight. And then I have to decide what I'm going to take to the hospital tomorrow. Because remember your ABCs. Always bring cross stitching. Thanks, Abby, for that. I don't know. Oh, but even then, after all that, so this morning was a slow start, and then my husband got up and started working on the pool again, and then we went to sushi lunch, which was really nice, and the kids went over to Jima's for a few hours, and we did some grocery shopping, and then we came home. Kids were all in bed by 7:30. It was good. Good morning! I don't think I updated yesterday. Today's the 31st. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. Axel just went off to ABA. Archer, you can see his head right here. He is playing on his Kindle and eating up some breakfast. And I thought I better check in for this final day of Mania. I don't think I stitched a lot yesterday. Yesterday was my husband's surgery, and I had a meeting first, and then I had a meeting unrelated to his surgery first, and then I rushed home, and then he finished getting ready, and we went to the hospital, and they got him right in on time. His surgery was at 12:15. We got there a little bit, like right around 10:30 to check in. They took him literally back for surgery at 12:15. And then he should have been out by like 2:15 at the latest. He didn't get out until 4. So it took the doctor a lot longer to get the cyst out. He said it was very stubborn and very large and didn't want to let go, but he got it. So I think because it took like double the time. And it was later in the day they decided to admit my husband overnight, which is not what I was expecting because we were under the impression it was same day surgery. So it's like, oh. And then my in-laws showed up. I don't even want to go into that. You know how when you're younger and you get mad at your parents and you make a list of all the things you're not going to do when you have kids? I make a list of all the things I'm not going to do as a mother-in-law. Swear to God. Swear to God. But, I mean, it was fine. It was a long day, and literally all I wanted was to be left alone and, like, read and stitch and just take that time to just, you know, because I had a lot on my mind, and I just needed to decompress. I didn't need to yap at somebody for hours, and it's just not pretty. It's okay, though. It's okay. Bless their hearts. I love them. So anyway, by the time Leaf actually got into his room that he was going to be in overnight, it was like 6 o'clock. We had been there, you know, for 8 hours. I had only had a bagel to eat that entire day. I was super hungry. So it might have even been later. It might have been closer to it was 7. It was 7 by the time he got in his room, got settled. I came home. My in-laws came home with me. My mom was here with the kids. So, and my mom doesn't drive. I don't know if I've ever said that. So I came home to take her home. His parents stayed here while I went back up to the hospital. I took him his phone charger because we hadn't prepared. And just made sure he didn't need anything. And he was... I'll actually insert a picture of what he looked like in his room when he got there. So he was, I mean, he's funny anyway, and he was, you know, yucking it up with the nurse, and the nurse that was there was a male nurse. I can't remember his name. He was hilarious. Like, I loved him, and I was really disappointed that he wasn't going to be the overnight nurse. And then when I came back from dropping my mom off, who so conveniently, literally, you can see the hospital from her front yard. So it was like right there. I got back there and Leaf's like, I have a hot nurse, so it's okay. And she's a hot nurse, and he was playing up for her, but you could tell he was getting tired. So by the time, you know, she did everything she needed to do and left the room, he was like, it was so funny. So anyway, he texted me first thing this morning. They're gonna pop him soon, I hope. He's hoping for 10, which means I have to go back over to my mom's house, which is right by the hospital, pick her up, bring her home so that she can be here in case we're later for when Axel comes home, and she can stay with Archer because he doesn't have school today. It's just a hot mess, but hopefully it's all over with soon. Leaf says he feels good, and I would like to be able to make my final start today, which is it is a year at Hawthorne Hollow. Can you see that? I want to start this. This is my last start, and I want to do it today. And I've got linen. I'm doing it on 32 count, like raw linen. I think it's the linen that I'm using for my Adam and Eve chatelaine, to be honest. I don't think that I wrote it down though, but that's what it looks like to me. Or it's the linen that I bought. This feels so nice. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's my Adam and Eve chatelaine linen. That's what I'm going to say. So I really want to start that. I'm just doing it with DMC, and it just needs to be done. I've had this since last summer, I think. And I love it, and I want to do it. And it's almost June, right? I want to go over there and do that. I guess I'll start in the upper corner. That bottom one for Christmas is all colored in. So hopefully I make that happen today. I'm hoping today is pretty low-key. Even though he says he's not tired, they woke him up His nurse woke him up like every hour and a half last night just to make sure he was breathing okay, because his surgery, I mean, you probably saw from the picture, his scar is like right here. So, whatever, he says he's fine. It's like, I feel good. Okay. So, that's what's happening. I need to have another cup of coffee though. I'm watching a little bit of Flosstube this morning just to kind of unwind. I didn't sleep well last night. Usually I have no problem sleeping when my husband's not home. He goes, I won't say he goes away often, but he has friends out of town, and I don't always want to go out of town with him. And he like hunts for a week, and he has a pheasant hunt in February, and he goes out of town for those things. And usually I'm like, sweet, because I have the bed all to myself. But last night, it's a little bit harder knowing your husband was in the hospital. Poor guy. He's fine. So I'm gonna go. I might slap some makeup on this mug. I might not. I should probably change my shirt though, because I wore the shirt yesterday and slept in it. Oh well. And I will check in later to see if I've done anything. I don't know. I'll see you guys later. Decided to take a little outside break. It is windy out here. The sun is beautiful, but it's kind of chilly. It's only supposed to get to 68 today, which is actually like perfect for me. So kids want to come outside. Husband is taking a nap. He's tired. He slept very well last night. Chickens. Where are the rest of you? Huh? Where are your sisters? Bet they're under the bush. We have this huge forsythia bush. And yeah, sassy. See her taking a little dirt bath. They all hang out under this bush. First time I saw them take a dirt bath like this, when they actually lay down and like kick their legs out, I thought for sure my chickens were dying. Look at that. They literally roll in the dirt. It is so funny. Anyway, let's get back up on the porch. Archer's out playing by the fence with an oven mitt. That's what we do. Axel's breaking dead branches off this huge dead tree. And I brought out some stitching. I made my last start. Excuse the walk. Oh, my pattern fell on the ground, which I can't really show you. Show you what it's called. Year Hawk Run Hollow. Woohoo! Maybe a little too windy to hold this. And all I have done is I counted across the border. So I'm working my way back. I'm gonna work on the black until these guys want to go back in. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. I'd like them to be outside for at least an hour. We'll see. There's another chicken. I don't know what happened to my fence, how I got knocked down. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Pretty exciting. Nice day. I will check in soon. Bye. Hello. Ooh, sorry about that. Sorry you're not seeing my face. It's about 9:45 and I'm tired. But I did manage to get my start in. Look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is where I got. Not very far. I got about 0 stitching done outside because, of course, I did. So, not much at all. But, you know, it's a start. Obviously, starting in the corner with January. Right here. And just wanted to get to a place where I could start doing something other than black. Because everything is black. We'll see. I really, you know, haven't even taken a totally good look at this. This is so pretty. So pretty. Though I can say the one that got me was this one. May is my favorite. But July is a close second. Because look at those starbursts. The fireworks. How cute. How cute. They're all cute. Love. Love, love. Love, love, love. So that's it. I think this is it for Mania for me. There are ones that I never got to start. I never got to start my Barbara Anna All Creatures Great and Small. Never got to start it because I thought I had the fabric, but I didn't. And what else didn't I get to start? I did not start my favorite apron. Right there, the little picture. Didn't get to start it. Darn it. I have everything too. What else didn't I get to start? I'm not taking anything out. Blue Jeans and Daisies. Never got to start it. Just didn't have time, you know? There's probably a couple other things that I had written down, but maybe another time. This has been an interesting Mania. I will include pictures at the end, which means this isn't going to update, or I'm not going to upload it right away, but I'll include pictures at the end of all of the things that I started during my Mania. And maybe sometime in the not so distant future, I will do a whip parade. Is anybody interested in seeing all my whips? I've seen people do it. I'm interested. Maybe it will encourage me to pull some of that stuff back out. I don't know. Let me know. It's been fun vlogging with you guys again. Very exciting. I'm gonna miss it. I always go through vlog withdrawal at the end of these things. I do. So hope you guys had a great May. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.